Hey everyone, I'm back. Been absent for a little while, but making another video here. This is my Instagram profile where I do a bit of personal training, and I wanted to just talk about what I've done in Strongman and the Strongman scene at the moment and the vegan Strongman scene at the moment, which is a thing. So we'll go back, I think last time I was uploading videos, I was training for nationals. Now, it was during the year of COVID, and I ended up actually winning and qualifying. There were some fortunate circumstances around this, guys, because of COVID, the competition, it was supposed to be at the Royal Brisbane Show, but it got cancelled. So it was supposed to be a massive event in front of a massive public crowd and audience, but it got cancelled, and a lot of people who qualified ended up dropping out. So I was pretty well last man standing. You can see here some posts about it. So this was the yoke we used on the day. Stand or submit yoke, great piece of kit, by the way. And here's a little video of the medley I did. I believe that I would have had a really good chance of beating anyone on this day out of the athletes who were qualified. This was I think it was like a 260 yoke I did there into 100 kilo per hand farmers. I wasn't like ridiculously quick on those farmers, but I was pretty quick on the yoke. Bit of a slow pick up on the sandbag, but this is a 100 kilo sandbag. For me at the time, that was a pretty quick run. And then the duck walk, I'm going at a nice, consistent, fast pace. Again, if I was to do this now, I would absolutely annihilate it for sure, but that's what happens, you get stronger over time. Here we go. So 250 yoke, 90 farmers. I thought it was 190 kilo per hand farmers, 100 kilo sandbag, 100 kilo duck walk in 41 seconds. So yeah, really good event. This was the Zercher. Well, actually, you had the option of pressing this, but I definitely wasn't strong enough to press this, and still wouldn't be. That's like, I think it was 125 kilos, so massive weight for an under 80, especially for a natural athlete who's not enhanced. So you can see I'm doing some nice Zercher reps and getting some points on this. I'm super proud of how well I performed and how strong I got on this movement. I've never tried this kind of Zercher event again, so I can't say how much better I would be at this now. But yeah, really, really good achievement to do this many repetitions. Axle bar's super thick, and it's just gnarly to do this kind of exercise. It's very raw. Some nice shots there from the competition. At any rate, I went on to win that and qualify for official Strongman Games, which is you can see somewhere here. Did a bit of a post with my official invite. Where's it gone? Go forward. Anyway, I got invited to official Strongman Games, which is essentially world's strongest man under 80 kilos. Here we go. There's my invite. So world's strongest man for under 80 kilos and all the weight classes in Strongman. So I was super happy. This is still the achievement of my lifetime in the sport, because it's the highest competition you can possibly do. Highest level competition in the under 80s. It's our version of World's Strongest Man. So I was super happy with that. I did a few other really cool things, like at this competition, I had a bit of an injury. I ended up pulling a 300 kilo deadlift on this frame. Unfortunately, I only got this one, which was a 260. But at any rate, I was super stoked about that. I was possibly one of the only vegans at official Strongman Games that year, by the way, so I was super happy to be representing. I think there may have been a few people who are plant-based as well, which is awesome too. So that was a little fundraiser we did. This is the Australian team that went over that year. And I got this shirt actually signed by all the strongest people in the world, guys like Mark Felix, Gabriel Pena, and then I cannot for the life of me find this shirt. So really pissed off about that. He was 120 kilo Viking press in the gym, but unfortunately I didn't get a rep on the day at the contest in Florida because I really needed to get 120 kilos in the hand, which is equivalent to, probably on this sort of setup, probably more equivalent to like 140, maybe 140, 150, something like that. So it's a lot of weight to be moving, and I just wasn't at that level for that. You can see here, there was a hurricane when I went to Florida, so this is at the gym when I was doing a bit of a workout in the days leading up to the competition. Chairs blown out of the gym, there's rain going like horizontally, water was just flooding into the gym, as you can see there. It was completely hectic, and I ended up pulling a nice axle rep here despite the hurricane. The one thing about the hurricane was that we were supposed to have a 2 or 3 day competition, and it ended up being condensed, which meant that the farmers walk we had 2 sets of farmers. One was going to be like something like 115 kilos per hand. The other one was going to be 130 kilos per hand. I was super confident I was going to be able to do the first set of farmers, but I wasn't confident about the 130 per hand. And because of the hurricane, we had that time restriction. So what they did is they got rid of the first farmers. So it was only the heavy set. So that really sucked because it meant that I couldn't do that first set. And I ended up picking it up and doing a PB, 130 kilo per hand farmer's pick, and walking with it a couple of meters. So I'm super proud of myself for that achievement, and still haven't beaten that, by the way. This is a nice shot here showing how I made weight. Did a little bit of fasting and dehydration. It was only like 3 kilos, 2 or 3 kilos I had to cut. It wasn't a whole lot. And then I refed with all this kind of stuff, the builder bars, the Cliff bars, oats, all this sort of stuff. So some good vegan protein and carbohydrates and fats. This is another shot of the wild weather. I think this was before Hurricane Nicole. I went out here and just took a shot of the water, and it was like super windy, pretty hectic, pretty kind of sketchy and dangerous. I probably shouldn't have even been out and about at that point. And you can see the pool there, and all this stuff that's just been destroyed. I don't know if you can see it there, but windows are smashed. There's like rubble and stuff on the floor. It was a mess. Here's a few dudes I met. This was Big Bad Santa. Cool dude. Really cool dude. Evan Singleton, met him, got his signature. Super stoked. Really, really nice guy. There's my shirt and my badge. Martins Lisi's 2019 World's Strongest Man. And this was my sandbag run, which I actually beat several world-class athletes in this one. So not only was I able to do it, I also did it quicker and did it better than several other world-class athletes. Some of them might have been enhanced as well, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just pointing out I was, and still am, not enhanced. So I think the fact that I was able to do this is awesome, and I definitely still look a lot more kind of undersized here than I am now. So I believe I will be able to do a lot better when I go back, but of course the standards always improve too, so that makes it really tough. You can see I was super happy with that, even though I only got up to the third bag, I think. That's me and Andy Black, Big Loz, top dude, had a good chat to him. There's heaps of dudes here, heaps of famous people, heaps of strong people. This is my deadlift. It was a 250 kilo axle deadlift. I actually almost got it to my knees, which I couldn't believe because I got nowhere near that in training, nowhere near. So to almost get it to my knees, that's that's ridiculous. I still have no idea how I was able to do that. And I actually lifted it a little bit off the ground again the second time, so that's nuts. So yeah, that was OSG. Then I did some more training here for in a national comp in Australia, and yeah, lots of other bits and pieces here. Started to develop a really good physique, some nice muscle gain. Screwed up my toe before a competition, which was fun. Ran a competition with Brock, which was amazing. Brock is also a vegan strongman who competes in the under 90s. So we ran Power Possess, which was the first Halloween-themed strongman comp in South Australia, probably in Australia, really. So yeah, that was really cool. Went really well. I was actually a little sick on the day, so I couldn't enjoy it as a host and a promoter as much as I really wanted to. But yeah, I was super happy with how that went. You can see we had a really good turnout. Also ran Golden Age 2024 at the start of this year. And I actually ended up pulling, don't know if I got a video of it. Don't know if I uploaded the video here, but I ended up pulling a 220 kilo deadlift behind the back, like hack deadlift. So still one of the craziest things I've done. This was the Scott lift that we did. So it was 90, was it 90 kilo? What was it? Yeah, 90 kilos. Which I did for a good 4 or 5 reps, I think, from memory. I was sort of getting a bit of a cramp or spasm, muscle spasm in my left leg at the time, so it just held together. My legs kind of just held together enough for me to be able to do this, but I was super happy with this event, and I think if I really pushed it, I could do something crazy on this Scott lift. I really do, because I've got the mobility and I'm good at lunges. You can see I was struggling there with that fatigue. Since then, I've supplemented some magnesium and been more aware of hydration and more diligent with that, and that helped a lot. That's helped a lot since, and I haven't had any issues with muscle spasm or cramping. But really, magnesium supplementation, in my experience, does help. Of course, being adequately prepared also really helps. So yeah, that went really well. Been doing some PT. I've got a client, Stephen here, who did some stone to shoulder. So it's been really cool to coach him. Yeah, what else have I done? We had Midgard Cup earlier this year, which was this event. Came first in the Conan's Wheel, came third overall, and I was 1 point behind second and 1 point behind first. And funnily enough, the event I thought I'd win was the one that kind of cost me, because I got last on that event. And it was a moving medley, and I just did not train it heavy enough in training, and that's what screwed me up. But I was heaps well conditioned. I've also done a 130 kilo Zercher squat here, which is a PB. I think this is a lot harder than doing a Zercher deadlift. So super happy with that. I'm currently training for South Australia's Strongest Man, and that's been postponed at the moment because the venue was cancelled. They had an Oktoberfest at this place called Harndorf, and it was cancelled. So unfortunately, we're still awaiting confirmation of the new venue. But anyway, so as you can see, things have gone really well. Body weight's like 83 kilos. I've improved a lot since last uploading any videos. Kept smashing everything. Been to World's Strongest Man under 80 kilos as a vegan, so I'm super happy with that. And it just shows that it can be done, and I'm natural, not enhanced, and obviously I'm not a full-time strongman either. I'm a teacher. I do a bit of PT on the side. I've got some kids. I've got lots of responsibilities. So what I'm trying to say here is, someone who's maybe more dedicated or in a better position to commit more, the sky's really the limit. And if you're willing to do certain supplements and things, there's just no reason that anyone who is vegan or plant-based can't win World's Strongest Man in any weight class. So it's, if anything, there's actually some performance benefits for sure, especially with those kind of anaerobic events that have that endurance element where, having lots of nitrate-rich vegetables and things, it really helps. I definitely think my recovery's better as a vegan. I really recover quickly, and I've barely ever been injured. I still think the worst injury I've ever had is probably a rolled ankle on an 85 kilo lunge, and I was fine. Like 2 weeks later, I was training like normal again. So, and probably tendonitis, but that was an issue because I was arm wrestling and training for a heavy grip event at the same time in Strongman. So I just overdid it and just jumped in too quick, too much, too soon. And, it's end of the day, tendonitis is a very minor injury as well. So that's it, guys. And the other thing I'll say is, you can do a quick search on Instagram, see guys like Andrew Keys. So Andrew Keys is the world's strongest man under 80 kilos in the drug-tested federation. So this guy is absolutely insane. I actually competed with him in England when I was like 72 kilos at the time. I did an under 90 comp just for the experience and because I love competing. But the dude was just, he was pretty strong back then, but now he's just insanely strong, and he's an under 80 competitor. This is a 140 kilo sandbag he's doing here, like it's nothing. Farmers walks 120 per hand, and you can see how quickly he goes with this. So my PB is 130, but I got it like 2 meters. So I couldn't actually do a proper distance with it. You can see he just picks it and he goes, and he's super quick. So he's heaps good at moving events. Here we go. He's done a 270 kilo deadlift suited. So that's just insane. He didn't even need much of a hitch there. And again, this is a guy who's completely natural. So my best deadlift's 220. So like miles off. And so this dude's, way stronger than me. He's vegan as well. He's an under 80. So the sky really is the limit. There's lots of other amazing people like Angelina Berber, who's vegan and a strongman, or strong woman, I should say, I guess. France's strongest woman 4 times. I mean, that's insane in itself, like an incredible achievement. She's also the 4th strongest woman in the world, in Europe, from OSG. She's done some incredible things. She's just recently won the Extinct Games, which was an international competition in Singapore. And you can see here she axle cleaned and pressed 300 kilograms. She axle cleaned and pressed 100 kilograms 3 times. So that's absolutely insane. My best axle's 92.5 at the moment. So she kicks my ass on that one. Just an incredible athlete. I know she's done things like car flips. You can see here, Europe's, she did a car yoke. So like real Flintstone thing, She obviously pulled trucks and things like that, which is pretty common for strongmen. But yeah, look at this car flip, absolutely insane. Tire flip, 300 kilos. I mean, it's just mental. Just shows you the sky really is the limit, and puts to bed all the myths about plant-based diet, vegan athletes, those sorts of things. That's all I've got for you guys now at the moment. Let me know if you want to see more videos, and feel free to follow me along on Instagram, which is where I post things far more frequently these days. And if you're interested in any training or online training, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram, get in touch with me, and we can talk tofu. Good stuff, guys. Stay strong and stay healthy.